Hello gamers, today we're going to be taking a retrospective look back at the Motorola Rokr E1 phone. So here we have the box. You can see that the reason this phone is special is that it has iTunes baked into it. This phone was basically a rebranded Motorola E398, with the only real difference being that it has iTunes baked in. So we take a quick look around the box. We can see it says Motorola here. It's a little beaten up, but that's okay. There's just some boring information about the device. You can see the Motorola logo here, the device name, and the phone itself. And it's pretty much the same thing here. And on the bottom, it's just boring phone nonsense. So we quickly open up the box. We can see that we're greeted with a mess of cables. So the first cable we've got here is the proprietary USB sync cable. So we can see that it's got a little thing to kind of lock it in place in the device. We'll set that off to the side. We have a set of dirty earbuds. I'm sure these sound great. You will notice that these have a little 2.5mm connector, meaning that you would need an adapter to use a standard pair of earphones, which I think this phone came with. However, my one did not come with that, as it was bought used. We also have the charging cable, which you'll notice has a much smaller connector than the sync cable. Again, this is proprietary, but that was standard back in 2005. We also have a SanDisk trans flash adapter. I believe this also came with the phone as standard, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Here we've got the phone itself. We'll set that off to the side, we'll take a look at it later. We've got a user information booklet. I don't think there's anything too important in here, so we'll set that off to the side as well. Here we have the warranty information book. It's a thick book, we're not going to read that. And here we've got one of the instruction manuals that just kind of shows you how to set up and get iTunes going. We don't need to look at that, but it could be useful. We've also got another smaller information book. I think this is more about iTunes. Not really, it's just another kind of instruction manual. And lastly, we have an installation CD to install iTunes for Windows. This is version 4.9 and it requires macOS 10 version 10.2.8 or later, and it will also run on Windows 2000 or Windows XP. So this will probably not run on any modern computers, but that's alright. So let's put everything back in the box and we'll take a look at the device itself. And here we have the Motorola Rokr E1 itself. You can see here we've got a very small camera, what I think is a flash, but I've never seen it work. The battery door cover. We've got a volume rocker here, which is standard. On the other side we've got a camera button. This is quite unique. And we've got a little kind of water cover for the 2.5mm headphone jack, which we will put back in there. So if we just press the middle button to wake it up. Is it off? No? Okay, the phone was off. So here we can see the phone booting up. I'm hoping the battery's not flat. Hi there. We can see that it's actually on a modern Vodafone UK network, and it's charging as shown by the flashing indicator at the top right of the phone. So if we press the little menu button here, it will take us to the main menu. If we go into the phone book, we'll see that there's a phone number. I have tried making phone calls to and from this phone, and it does work even in 2021. We can look at the recent call log. I'm not going to look at that because I might have my phone number in there. If we go into the messages and message inbox, we can see that we have in fact received messages from Vodafone. when I inserted the SIM card. In the tools folder, we've got some settings for Vodafone. We've got a calculator, which does work. So up and then 420. Wait, how do you? There we go. And yep, the calculator does in fact work. So we'll exit that. We've got a date book, just a calendar. The date's wrong, it's still stuck in 2007, which I think is roughly when it was last used. Got the alarm clock. We've got shortcuts, dialing services, and an activation list. We can go over to games and apps. Apparently it's Java powered. Let's play Crazy. Let's do a local game. We'll play versus AI. Okay. Make sure the camera can see it because the screen is terrible. Don't think you can see any better than I can. So we can move our little red character, I think. I don't actually know what's going on. I've tried playing this game before and I can't really figure out the controls or what exactly you're doing. So let's just leave that. This game's about as crap as everything else on this phone. So we'll close the game. We'll go back to the menu and we can try save. This game, well, I don't even know if it's a game. It just asks for a password, which I don't have. Secure your personal information. Alright. And there we go, it's asking for a password. Yeah, it's not gonna work. So let's close safe. We'll go back to the menu. We can go to the web access. We'll go to browser. Unfortunately, I cannot get the browser to work. I don't know why it's not working, but it refuses to work for me. So it seems that internet connectivity is dead in this phone, but that's probably for the best. We can go to multimedia, we can pick themes, I think Groove, Moto and Club. Let's try Moto, see what that does. It's a bit different from the skins that we can look at later, which really change up the UI. I've got the camera, and yeah, this camera quality is abysmal. So if I'll take a picture of me doing a thumbs up, make sure it's all in the frame of the phone. And you can see there that is a shocking photo. I'll save that in case I can pull it off later on. So we'll say store only. That is a dreadful photo. And we'll go back. Got pictures, this is just a picture gallery. We won't bother looking at that, as it's pretty self-explanatory. If you go into sounds, we've got a bunch of ringtones. So we'll listen to a few. Let's try metal. What was Surge? That's probably enough of that since these are probably copyrighted. In videos is pretty much the same thing as the photo gallery, the pictures. And the video camera, same kind of thing as the photo camera, except it takes videos in shocking quality up to around 5 seconds long. So we'll exit out of that. And we'll save iTunes till later since we've got a dedicated iTunes button. So we'll go into the settings, we can go to personalize, and the first thing we're greeted with is we can play around with the rhythm lights. So that the rhythm lights are these little lights here and here on the phone, and it can also flash the lights under the keypad whilst it's kind of reacting to music. However, I've never seen this work as well as I have seen in other YouTube videos. So we'll set it to hyperactive, but I don't think we'll get to see much from it. There's all these kind of settings. Skin is probably the most cool one. So we've got it set to the techno theme right now, but I'll set to neon, and we'll see that the kind of skin of the UI has changed. Got ring styles. I think this is so we can have it do things with the ring lights, the loudness, and the events. I don't know what the event lights are. Connectivity, call by wire, in-call setup, initial setup. I should maybe do that at some point, but yeah, we'll leave that. Airplane modes, network, security, and Java settings. And finally, we'll exit out of this, and we will jump right into iTunes by hitting the iTunes button. And we can see that we've got the playlist settings, artists, albums, songs, and shuffle songs. So we go to songs. We can see that I've managed to sync one song on here with an old copy of iTunes, which I will show later on in the video. Yeah, I've got the one song on the phone, and when we hit play, it does actually play. But the quality, it's not great today, but I think this might have been acceptable back in 2005, as even iPods didn't have speakers as far as I'm aware. And if you want to pause the music, you just hit the pause button here, which is not intuitive at all because I was sitting here pressing this middle button, but that does not stop the music. We can hit play again, and it plays. So we'll go out of that, and yeah, that's us pretty much covered everything that this... Oh my god, the lights are flashing while I'm speaking. Look at this. Right, the lights flash, so I believe the rhythm lights are not synced to what's going on in the phone, but rather the sounds around it. So what we'll do is we'll try playing music right beside the phone and seeing what happens. Right, so lastly, I figured we should kill the lights as best I can, and we should play around with the rhythm lights that are on this phone. Most of the effects are kind of the same, and you can see that it is reacting to my voice as I'm speaking, flashing the display, the keypad, and both of the rhythm lights on the side, which can seemingly go a bunch of colours, which is pretty cool. So if I clap my hands when I'm quiet, you'll see that it reacts. So we should have caught that there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to play the same song, but through my much larger speakers just out of the camera frame. Now that we're on the computer and we've installed an old version of iTunes, we can see that I've got two songs in the library. This first song was already on the device and the second one isn't. So what we'll do is we'll go to delete to remove the existing song. We've got this song. Now we will take our USB cable and we will plug it into the device. And if we're lucky, we will be able to sync the library so that it removes the old song and adds the new one over. So let's hit autofill and see what happens. And you can see that it's updating the library on the phone, and it should just about be completed now. Now that is completed, I can go to the song on the phone and you should be able to hear it playing in a moment.